That's not too hard. So let's make it a little harder on ourselves and use createElement and appendChild. Before we even do that, though, change heading does not describe what this does it? No. So I'm going to change it to handle submit. Lo and behold, I broke everything. Look at our console. Uncaught reference, change heading is not defined on line 21. Right, change it there. Need to change it here. Error goes away. Still works. Cool. All right. I also have a variable here called spells div, which is document query selector hash spells. The thing with the idea of spells is not a div anymore, it's a UL. So that's not a good variable name either. I'm going to change it to list. So rename the variable to be accurate. If you make changes to your thing, don't forget, make sure your function names and variable names actually describe what they are. So having a function called change heading that doesn't in fact change a heading is bad. So you should change that to say what it actually does. It handles the submit action. So function names should be verbs or verb phrases because they do stuff, right? Okay, so we want to use createElement. So how many elements am I creating here? How many different elements am I creating from scratch? Yeah.
Like 3?
Very much like 3. So much like 3, in fact, that it is 3. The li and 2 spans, right? So when I'm done with this, hopefully I have document.createElement 3 times. Let's give it a shot. Yeah. I did. So yeah, this is all going to break here in just a sec, right? Let's watch it break, see what the error message is. Nothing yet, because it hasn't failed yet. Spells div is not defined, line 11. Thank you for paying more attention than I am. So that is now just list. Fresh. Okay. 54. Back to our working state. Very good. All right. Let's make some stuff. How about const item, because it's a list item, document.createElement. What? Li. Sounds good to me. So now I've just made a blank li. Let's do this in the console, see what we get. Okay. Just an li with nothing in it. If I want to put some text in there, just like if I had grabbed it off the page, I can still set text content, inner HTML, whatever I want. So I could say item.textContent equals, what'd you have for breakfast today, Stuart? Didn't eat breakfast. What'd you have for lunch? Burrito. All right, cool. Let's look at our item. Totally works. I could do inner HTML too. Why not? Item.innerHTML equals
But you still have to say li, because you're changing the whole thing.
item right now is this. So what are you saying?
So if you change the inner HTML, aren't you modifying the entire string of li, burrito, li?
No, I'd be modifying burrito. So inner HTML does not change the element itself, just its children. There is an outer HTML as well. So inner HTML just changes what's in between the tags. So yeah, so item.inner HTML, if I say strong, what'd you have for breakfast?
Coffee.
Coffee? It counts. That's right. Exactly. So let's check out item now. It's still an li, and inside the li, we've got strong coffee. Totally works. So what do we actually want to do? We could put the spell name in there and whatnot, but we're going to want to put them in separate spans now, we decided. So let's create some more items from scratch. So how about const name span equals document.createElement span. Give us an empty span. Let's play with that on the console. Got a span. So then I could say name span equals whatever, like, I'm sorry, name span.text content is, sure, magic missile. And now my name span looks like that. Seems cool. But that span isn't inside the LI, right? That's right. I need to append it to it. So I could say item.append child name span. And now item looks like this. Now append does not replace the contents that are already there, right? It puts it at the end. So strong coffee is still there. And then we've got span magic missile. Cool. So I could say, now that I've got this empty span, name span dot text content equals spell name. I should be able to do the same with level span equals document.createElement span. Level span dot text content equals level. Then I should be able to say, I think, item.appendChild namespan, item.appendChild level span. I'll just move my definition of item down before I actually use it. And then I don't need to do this inner HTML business. Instead, what do I need to do? I've got this lovely item that I spent all this time nurturing and growing, but it's still in space. It's not on the page yet. What do I do? Kindle? Okay. So how did I add the items to the, or how did I add the spans to the item? That's what I just did. Oh, okay. So we created a span, saved it as name span, created an LI as a list item, appended that. So now I've got this lovely item, and I want it in my list. How do I add it? Yeah, go ahead, Kyle. With appendChild. List is the thing we want to add it to, right? That's the LI. So appendChild item, list is the UL. Item is the LI, right? So list appendChild item, and hopefully we end up with the same thing that we did before we had inner HTML. So how about invisibility? Level 1. There you go. Now there's all smashed together. I don't have my comma space anymore, but it's there. So I mimic 3. There we go. So they could use some style, but by golly, they're all there. Cool? Use create element and append child. Questions about that?